Two drunk assholes talking about whatever comes to mind. We present Filler with Jack Fike and Rob Harper.
With special guest, Jack's sister, Julie Jones, in the Peanut Gallery.
Filler is Jack and my insane rambling.
On this episode, you can see what happens when a podcast goes wrong. Let's just say we had a few too many drinks and tried to record our Dead Zone podcast.
Please do note that we are extremely drunk during these recordings, so if we do sound like unintelligent fools, just forgive us. Would you like to introduce the podcast?
Is that going to be the new opening?
Just a random burp? No. Christine's not around anymore.
She's not. It's a shame. Do you want me to read that top?
No, that's the introduction, actually. Just be like, welcome to the premiere episode. Just a general introduction to the podcast.
Don't we have someone, Mr. Wintergreen, wouldn't he be saying that?
Well, if you could produce that, sure. He doesn't already say it. Like, well, I'm just mean like, hey, welcome to the premiere episode of the Dead Zone podcast.
Is that your job? Isn't it?
No, I'm going to be doing a lot of talking here. You can do the intro.
Motherfucker. Okay, so you don't have anything specifically written?
Yeah, just say, welcome to the premiere episode of the Dead Zone podcast.
Hey, Rob.
It's not an ad.
Oh, damn.
I'm going to finish this. Damn you. She asked me if I was playing with my monkeys again. It's not my monkeys, it's Jack's monkeys. I'm not even going to respond.
Jack's monkeys.
Those funky
monkeys. Fact monkeys.
Okay, do you want me to just do the intro?
I thought there was going to be some production to it. I thought you were the producer.
I thought you were,
I did the teaser episode.
No, that was episode 0.5.
We're going to start that already.
It was. It's too late now. It went out to 0.5.
We're going to do this.
Okay. I'll go. Damn it! It's even back there. Why, motherfuckers?
Why bother us during our Dead Zone podcast?
Julie's last comment was, fuck you, Rob.
Oh, nice.
Can she hear me? Stop. Okay. Silence.
There's ample booze flowing. My dog is snoring on the floor.
It's all good.
My girlfriend is bothering us. And
your sister.
It's a perfect storm for a perfect podcast.
Okay.
The only problem is I haven't got my radio voice yet.
Yeah, you lube her up when I'm just doing this. Welcome to the premiere episode of the Dead Zone podcast. How you doing, Jack? Line!
I was just astounded that we were going to be able to record something. Like, it's been mere moments since your phone hasn't gone off. I'm doing fine, Rob. How are you?
Good. So, we're going to actually start talking...
edit all that out.
Yeah, for sure. Don't worry. So we're going to start talking about the actual game now, Dead Zone. And I think we'll begin with the Kickstarter. That's where it all began. Well, other than, like, in the guy's mind, I guess.
Yeah. After the creators have, done their thing, and the unwashed masses get a good glimpse of it, and you were able to find on Kickstarter this. He's sleeping. You're gonna hear my dog snore through every podcast. Don't worry about it.
Oh well. Rum. Anyways, you're saying about Kickstarter?
Yes. So you wanted to start the series with where it started for you, and that was with the Kickstarter campaign that kind of opened your eyes, and something caught you. Something reached into your soul, touched that warm, gushy part of you that's life hadn't turned black and cold, and made you feel again. So please tell us about that, Rob.
Yes, it's acquisition disorder. It's an actual thing. I believe I have to go to AD Anonymous. But this was what started my acquisition disorder, I think. It's just, maybe it was like you say, perfect storm of of things that came along and lots of bits.
Well, what was it? What was it that you saw this? You had been a rational human being for many years, and all of a sudden you're like, I gots to have it. What was it that this? Because you must have been trolling Kickstarter like it was a Craigslist on a Saturday night. What was it that you decided that you had to get involved?
No, I blame Beast of War. They were problems. They are the dealer, I would think.
They're the enabler.
They definitely, yeah, that's it. Enabler. Yeah, I guess they don't deal, but they enable. That's for damn sure.
Dirty Irish bastards.
They are, actually. But anyway, yeah, so that's where I saw it. Well, we discussed this all in the last podcast. Let's get into the actual Kickstarter, and I'll do a little description. We'll go through it, and I'll start showing you stuff, and you'll be like, ooh, I understand now.
Yes, please do, because I've kept myself isolated from the entire Dead Zone, anything Dead Zone related, so that I would be the protagonist. I would be the...
Well, you did see one thing that you hated, so this might turn out to be a clusterfuck.
I did, but that was only last night, so that was on accident. We will, yes, I'm going to be the babe in the woods that you lead me on the merry path of the Dead Zone.
Excellent. Well, let's just blow into it then.
That's not a term either.
So we'll do a little description here. It's Dead Zone is the dynamic tabletop. Dead Zone is. Let's just take two. Dead Zone is a dynamic tabletop miniature skirmish game set in a distant Warpath sci-fi universe, and it's written by Jake Thornton, author of last year's runaway Kickstarter success, Dreadball. Have you seen anything about Dreadball?
No.
It's like rugby and basketball with like sci-fi races, and it's just crazy rules, and it's fast and fun. Not my thing. Huh? Not my thing.
Okay.
Like it looks like it would be fun, but it's just a lot of rules and a lot of...
Much like the Suicide Girls are not my thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it'd be your thing either. I don't think you'd be. Me and you, I think game-wise, I think we're pretty similar. I don't think you'd be into Dreadball either.
Ears open, because you got me roped into this whole Dead Zone podcast, so it's...
But it looks fun. Like, watching it, it's, like, fun to watch, because it's fun. Like, it's fun to see how the tides turn and stuff. Watching on a Beast of War, once again. This turns out to be a Beast of War podcast. We're just jerking those guys off. But I'll edit that one out, too.
Here you go, I'm jerking you off, you Irish bastard. Oh dear.
This fell apart quickly.
Yeah.
I didn't get through the first sentence.
I think there's got to be a chart somewhere where we drinks to rational conversation.
Thoughts,
yeah, because
there is a limit. Like there's like a perfect storm, but we're past that.
Perfect storm either.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's part of being drunk, though. You keep repeating the same fucking things over and over again.
We need a perfect storm of Venn diagrams to show
perfect storm versus drunkenness. It's just the one across each other. Anyways, okay, yeah. So yeah, Dreadball. I don't think it'd be our thing, but in this game, you control one of 4 unique factions, which is not true. It's actually 6 unique factions now. And you battle it over scarce resources by combining deadly actions to lethal effect. Well, that was a adjective-filled sentence, wasn't it?
Whoever wrote that really, really enjoyed the Thesaurus.
Yeah.
Now, you did say that they are unique. Now, again, I've not been exposed to any. How unique are these factions? And
well,
I don't want to start railroading this. You're the one who's in charge of this podcast. You're the one who's choosing directions.
I'm the DM in this.
So if you're
GM, I guess, not Dungeon Master, Game Master.
What the fuck is happening here?
Point is, continue on. Yes, we're not going to talk about the factions yet. We'll go into that later.
Okay.
At more expanse.
So
but unique, I'd say, well, unique.
What a train wreck! Like, how are you gonna edit that? It was a disaster.
That was pretty disastrous.
You like just shat in the swimming pool and then looked at me like, "Hey, what are you gonna do about it?" I don't know. Okay, yeah. So no, I'll let you go. You don't want to talk about the factions just yet. You got a whole thing planned out, so you go right
No,
ahead.
it's a legitimate question. Are they unique? I'm trying to think. I would say yes. Other than you get space orcs, sort of, with the Marauders, and you get space dwarves with the Forge Fathers, and I wouldn't even the Asterians. They kind of space elfish, but they're different. They're different enough not to be. That's pretty unique. And the humans they're pretty unique, and Rebs are definitely unique. They're the most unique one. And the Plague is. Well, the Plague is a different take on zombies, so it's got its take on it. Unique is it's a hard word, but I would say it's unique enough.
Okay, I get unique as a sliding scale, as a semantics type thing. So you're saying that they're unique in that, while not 100% mind-blowingly original.
Yeah, it's not going to be like some of them are though, but it's not going to be
blobs.
Yeah,
blobs versus Christmas trees,
or like a damn you alcohol. It's not like a thought, like there's no actual miniature. It's just a concept that you're like
they're just bases.
Yeah,
and they set them. They go.
You just get this visualize. No, it's what is unique. I don't think there can be something completely unique anymore. Right? Has everything been done? I think pretty much.
Don't push me. I'll just think of something right now.
Like, yeah, it's true. I guess you could, but to be interesting, you want that. Don't you want to have a little bit of a touchstone to things? You want there to be humans. You want there to be something.
There has to be humans.
And to be, yeah, because otherwise you just, like, yeah. You need something to hold on to. If it's totally crazy, then you just lose it. You don't get that. I don't think you can be as invested in the game if it's like you say, blobs versus
Christmas tree.
Yeah, Christmas trees. Well, they're Christmas trees. You might be attached to Christmas trees.
Oh, Jesus.
Anthropomorph.
Yeah, that. Exactly.
Point proven. Okay, let's move on. And the sci-fi backdrop of Dead Zone is brought to life using new modular Mantic scenery range. Adding incredible customization to your battlefield.
That's my phone now. It's either my girlfriend or my sister
Does
or
it end?
my buddy Rob. Oh,
it wasn't
can't
me.
Be you.
Anyway, so the Mantic scenery range, adding an incredible customization to your battlefield. No game need to ever look the same. Well, within reason. It's going to look similar. But that the modular, the scenery, I think that is the one thing in this game that is revolutionary. No other game that I can think of, and I'm pretty immersed in games now at this point, is got this kind of Lego-like, Connect-like. You can change the scenery every game if you want. Especially now, we play with paper scenery, like Papercraft.
Is that what this podcast is going to be about?
No.
Oh, okay.
We have we'll touch on that in a whole.
Is there going to be a different podcast about that? Because that's something I think that I'd like to learn about.
We'll get to it. Stop jumping ahead.
I'm not jumping ahead. I'm just.
Yeah, you want to see the scenery? You've never seen any of the scenery, have you? Oh, you've seen a little bit. You've seen like a one playthrough or something, haven't you? Not even? No, none of the scenery. It's interesting. Like, it should be fun. I hope when it comes out, this is a hope for sure, that it's the way it works solid. We'll have to see. Like it, you want your scenery to be pretty solid, not just flimsy.
Right. Because if you want models standing on top of stuff, or
yeah, you want it to be able to support the weight.
Bump the table.
Good thing is most of this models are plastic or resin.
If I put down my beverage, I don't want the whole thing to spread.
Yeah. Or you tap the table, like you say, tap the table. You don't want walls falling over in.
Or when you get enraged because your dice roll stuff.
That is a definite chance. It's
statistically, it's impossible for not to be at least one or two times. That's where you
the whole time.
Where you just rage.
Yeah, because I can't roll a die to save my life, literally. If there was some kind of, like, demonic presence that comes into our world and says, hey, roll a d8. If you get anything over, like, a 4, you'll live. I'd be dead, man.
And you're like, isn't there a golden fiddle I can play at a crossroads?
Yeah, anything. Like, yeah, is there anything skill-based? I'll answer some trivia. Don't make me roll a die to live.
Trivia. Is that the modern day devil's tool for?
No, I was thinking of something that I'm actually good at.
Oh, okay.
I can't play fiddle.
And you've never been to Georgia, so really that's eliminating a lot.
I've been through Georgia. We drove to.
Oh yeah,
to
how'd you
Florida.
enjoy it?
Hello, any girl named Georgia? I'm not sure I'm into. Am I namist?
Apparently, this is a shocking twist
Yeah,
of events.
I just discovered something about myself. There's certain names I won't fuck.
This is a, what?
Edit.
This is a now you have a perfect use for that beep sound effect that you've decided that the profanity is.
The question is, are we going to keep all this in, or are we going to take all this out? Because it's funny, but I don't know if it's appropriate.
We might have to ease people into our sense of humor. A, B, depends on the runtime. If we're short on runtime, leave it all in.
Yeah, it's a good point. That's a good point, actually.
And C, like, depending on how hungover you are when you're doing the editing, you may just be like, ugh.
Ugh, I don't care. I'm not going to listen to this again. Just put it all in.
No one's listening to this. Let's be honest.
That's a good point.
Leave it all in for the sake of comedy.
And,
where were you?
yeah. Where were we? Oh, the game.
Yeah.
We're going to go back to what the game's about. Still reading from the Kickstarter here, or at least from their information. The Dead Zone is a 2-player miniature game using D8s, played between 5 to 25 miniatures. Mantic miniatures, of course. Mantic's company. So it's a skirmish game, which is cool. 5, that seems a little low. 5 miniatures. I guess so. Be a very small squad. It'd be over pretty quick, I assume. It matters what the things are. But D8s, how do you feel about D8s? Not the most used dice in the world, which is, let's give dice a chance.
It depends how the game mechanics. And depending on how many different variables they are, D8s might be the perfect way to get enough randomization, but also keep the flavor. Like D6, obviously, been done to death. You can find a D6.
Everything's D6, yeah.
You get a game. Oh my God! Let's play. I got the Yahtzee here. We'll pirate the dice from that.
Infinity uses D20s. That's like just being wanky, right? Then you're just using them to be using them. Oh, I
don't know about that. Then I don't think during the Dead Zone podcast we should be mentioning other.
Oh, of course, we're gonna make fun of other ones.
Oh, okay. They're wankers then.
As Jake said in a video, he chose D8s. I think a lot of the other games use D6, but he chose D8s because he wants that extra, like you said, that extra randomization. And it does give that extra few chances of different things happening.
Now, is that Jake of Jake and Finn fame from Adventure Time?
No, it's Jake Thornton, the guy who made the game.
Oh, yeah, you did mention that. My mistake. Go on.
Adventure Time. Okay, so the full version of Dead Zone contains the sci-fi skirmish system, and you take command of a crack team of upgradable elite troopers from 1 to 4 factions, which is going to be 6, actually. With the Kickstarter, they had 6. Including powerful heroes, troopers, heavy weapons, and specialists. And I'd like to point out the upgradable part, because there is like, what's the word? Like, in modules. Remember in D&D there was modules and like scenarios? In this, from scenario to scenario, your characters gain experience and get better. So it's almost a little bit of role-playing. Not role-playing. Well, I guess a role-playing system, not the actual role-playing. Well, we could do role-playing. That'd be kind of fun.
Okay. So change things up statistically to make this make a story almost of it.
Yeah.
And to make you want to play the scenarios, there's an extra added a weight given to playing the different scenarios rather than my army versus your army, here's the scenery, let's get to it.
Yeah, which is what we learned in playing Dust Tactics. We learned that where it's best to have a point. And Dust doesn't even go this far. Like you want objectives, which this game focuses on, which I think I'll get to. But it's not just the objectives you need, it's also just the investment in the characters. Imagine if you upgrade a character and all of a sudden you got shot dead, you'd feel something for that, right? Like it adds that extra level of, like sometimes especially in Dust, because that's what you play.
You can send your guys to the meat grinder time and time again. Who cares?
You don't care. Yeah. Like you don't care if you might. Like I do care a little bit when I send certain groups in. But I'll send my flamethrowers in. I don't care if I get them killed. They're my suicide squad. So, but this where you wouldn't want to do that. You want to, if the guy's gotten a couple levels and you're like, you want to add a little bit of a zest. You don't want to throw him to the wolves, as it were, or the plague.
You get invested in a certain troop unit rather than.
Yeah, it adds that little joie de vivre.
Now I don't know. Now that's two of the competitions you've mentioned. Infinity, now Dust. Are we just going to
we didn't
put a whole catalog of the competition?
We're comparing.
Oh, okay.
Infinity, I always compared to... Well, I don't compare to Infinity, but Infinity... I love the look of those miniatures, but the game itself is just mind-bogglingly hard, and I'm sure those miniatures would be hell to put together. Which, let's hope that Dead Zone... we already know it's not going to be mind-bogglingly hard to play. We've seen the beta rules. I'm sure it won't change too much to the official rules.
That's a royal we, because I haven't looked at the rules at all.
It was a royal we. It was me. And the miniatures, we've seen I have seen, since you don't like the Royal Wii, the sprues, and it doesn't look like they're going to be crazy hard to put together like those Infinity ones. So I'm comparing it as a positive comparison. And Dust, the rules are somewhat similar, but I think this has got that extra levels that Dust doesn't have. The only thing Dust has going forward is World War II, which we like.
But here's hoping.
But I like the future.
I'm looking forward to our taking it out for a spin. We've been this has been on our minds for a little bit now. We've been looking forward ever since that Kickstarter. So you're not being quiet. Yeah, go ahead.
We'll take a pause here.
He can edit.
Mm-hmm.
He can edit.
It's all good. It's good to pause.
It is good to pause.
I think we're going to roll, though.
I'm a bit dry. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Jack needs a drink.
I'm getting a drink.
Dead Zone, the podcast. The first podcast dedicated to Dead Zone, the wargame. Join us every month for news and reports on the upcoming Mantic title. Join the Dead Zone. DeadZoneGame.podbean.com.
Okay, so we're back on the show here.
Are we?
That little interlude.
There's doors going, there's people. She's going to be coming right back.
So we had a discussion about the uniqueness of the factions, did we? Was that just now?
I don't know.
I think we're on the 3D modular part.
It's actually chilling.
Drink. Now outside lights. Perfect.
Julie.
Inside lights. Right? No. Back.
Left.
Come
Left.
on. There you
Left.
go.
Right.
There you go. Your left.
My left. No, your left. My right.
Now sit down.
So I'm doing that?
Maybe. Oh.
Perfect.
She gave me a little special.
got a little clam on your leg.
So you got a little clam on your leg.
So I says to the guy, "You got some clam on your leg."
And we're doing a new podcast now. Yeah, do you want a red carpet, Jack? Maybe not laughing so much. Either me or the carpet's getting wet. Hopefully
That's what I was trying to say. You know what? None of this. I'm your brewer.
It's a good thing you're not giving me a distraction.
Yeah, that's right. Just sit there quietly, quiet girl.
It's like a circus going on over there. Making bubbles in her milk.
Did you go through the nose or up the nose? That's the question. Oh shit, that was
okay.
Funny. This Kid Calamari's cousin over
your
here.
own stuff.
I'm not destroying nothing.
Why must you destroy your own stuff?
Why must you destroy everything you love? Okay.
Oh, shit. Phone's upside down.
I hope the sound, it's the sound of the bubbles
Gurgling.
Yeah, because
You're lucky you didn't get on your carpet. You're lucky it went on you and me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Shaq's turn. You gotta get it over there next time. The dog might get a little wet, but it's okay.
Okay, so let's get. Where do you think we ended off?
The 3D modular, I think.
What are you drinking, Jack?
Nothing right now.
How long before she trips over that cord?
Don't know. Well, let's hope it's a seamless transition between our last.
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
Neither do I.
Take command of crack team of upgradable. Oh, we were talking about upgrading.
Do you think you can transfer?
Yeah,
to
well, let's
the
go to the next point.
Okay.
So the next point is modular 3D environment. Dead Zone is played using a flat, grid-based gaming mat that can be built up using barricades, buildings from a modular plastic sci-fi scenery range. That was a mouthful. I barely could get that out. It's pretty much talking about the terrain. And it's the mat ideas. You don't need a board. It's I believe it's the mat is I'm not sure about size. I think it's 2x2, and then you get multiples.
2 feet by 2 feet.
I think so. I'm not sure about the size. But anyways, the point is, you can make it as big as you want, but I think it comes with 2 mats.
Well, when we do our mat show, you should make sure to have
that'll
all
be part of the
information.
terrain show, I'm sure.
Okay, during the terrain show, maybe those are the crossed T's and the dotted I's,
Yeah.
and you might want to.
Point is, it's as big. You can make it as big as you want to. We just got to figure out how to make a board like laminated these sizes. How to laminate something that big. You can buy mats. I don't know if I got a mat. I don't think I did because they're quite expensive, but they're nice. They're like that. It's like this actually, like the mousepad.
Okay.
Which they were. It was it was a tidy sum, but
So probably a rubberized fabric-based thing
Yeah,
that you can
yeah.
roll out. That
You just
wouldn't
roll
have
it
the
out, it's-
creases
yeah.
that you'd get from, say, paper.
which it'll end up being like the dust board where you get the creases, I'm sure.
Okay.
Which, you gotta have something to upgrade to, right? I bought everything else.
You did. You did. I think you spent quite a tidy sum on the Kickstarter alone.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Oh dear.
The next point here with their description is the equipment and loot. Another unique thing to this game that I really haven't come across is upgrade your troopers by collecting equipment and new weapons from the battlefield, such as machine guns, medipacks, grenades, and more. But beware, you could be triggering a booby trap, which means that on the board there's actually going to be what's it?
Crates,
Crates,
boxes.
yeah, where you can you take a turn to search, and then you might get something good. It might be a booby trap, but a lot of the objectives are also either search a certain amount of crates or find a certain thing in a certain crate. And
Now, how is that randomized? Like, whoever sets up the terrain, do they know what's underwhere?
No.
Or is it
No,
just
it's all
a
random.
list?
yeah,
of
it's
those
lists,
D8s?
and I believe the train when you put down the I think the thing it comes with counters, but we'll actually have some 3D terrain that I've already made up. We'll just have to put numbers on them. And then you just you randomize what number is which, and you just put them on. You don't know which number is which, and then so everything's it's randomized. You don't.
Okay.
The person putting it down doesn't know what it is.
Perfect.
And the last point here we have is once again about player progression experience, and grow your team across the war as individual soldiers, earn experience, advance through ranks, acquiring new abilities and awesome new weapons. That's just reiterating what we were talking about earlier about the advancing and making your character a character. So it's an RPG element to this miniatures game, which is kind of cool.
Okay. Well, I think my hero is going to be a lieutenant.
Lieutenant?
Sure.
I wonder what nationality the Warpath.
Universe is?
Yeah, like the
What's-
humans
what's-
who ended up winning on Earth to be. I assume since it's made by British people, it was British, so it'd be lieutenants.
Okay, lieutenants then.
We're gonna be some lieutenants, and since we're Canadian, they're lieutenants anyway. So F you.
English bastard.
That's a good thing that you said you'd just be quiet, just hanging out in the background while we're recording.
Special appearance by...
Yes,
we're kind of right in the middle of something,
Yeah, but hey, no. Where were we?
I can hear you messing around. Okay, now let's move on to the Kickstarter, where it all began, and what I've actually pledged for here.
She's over there building a Studebaker or doing body work on.
Was that hard to plug in?
She's laughing to herself while she's doing it, just drunkenly laughing and laughing.
Okay, would you like me to? Should we stop it again? So, let's move on to the actual Kickstarter.
Okay.
Is that Chuckles?
Is there something we could help you with over there? Really? You something on your mind?
Can we help you?
No?
How's that phone looking?
We can go. Okay, thank you.
It's all good? We can start again?
Okay.
Well,
You want to start over,
Chuckles?
Rob, you want to start over?
So, let's start talking about the Kickstarter. It's getting funny.
Okay, let's start with the Kickstarter.
So I chose the sweet spot, as they call it, the Strike Team bundle, and you get over 70 models. 70? 70? Is that right? Yeah, I guess so. English. Over 70 models, terrain, the rules, and an ebook, whichever. And you also get since they hit so many goals, you get a lot more stuff. But we'll go over exactly what we're getting here.
And it says, and even an ebook. There's an exclamation mark right there.
They're really excited about the ebook. It's stories about the actual story set in the universe, which you're probably excited about because people actually took time to write stories about something that's not even out yet, which is kind of cool.
I would have to say, big deal.
You're playing for the audience, Jack. I'm excited to read it, so the silent laughter.
Okay, so... Oh, Jesus. Okay, and that's before you add on the optional extras.
That's true. Because, no, not even optional. Yeah, there was optional extras, which I did add a few, I think, in the end. But, plus there was a lot of stretch goals that they hit. Like a lot of extra miniatures and things. Which are cool. I don't know, board game edition for a tight, condensed version, pre-assembled models.
Board game edition as opposed to, say, a war...
I'm not sure.
Like a full tape measure type, rather than like the board game where it's designated squares. Is that what they're talking about right there?
I guess so. I don't think that's what we're getting. We're getting the actual, actual starter boxes. And then the scenery-only pledges they had also, which you could just get the scenery, which you can use for any other game, such as Infinity Dust. Many other games, any other game. But yeah, their sweet spot, as they keep calling it, is the Strike Team level. And it was the one that I was like, yeah, you get the most for that, for sure. And in the Strike Team level, you get the game, which is a rule book of 4 complete factions, decks of 52 cards, unique to each force, counters, including objective and overwatch markers, wound markers, things like that, compendium and campaign add-ons.
Tampon.
Crampon.
Tampon.
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 I'll never be able to say campon add-on. Campon.
Tampon.
Campaign add-ons. She ruined my delivery.
You ruined your delivery.
You ruined your delivery.
The compendium with campaign add-ons delivered directly to your tablet or PC.
Tampon.
Tampon. Tampon.
I got 3 sentences in.
You should listen to our other podcasts. They're
Yeah,
hilarious.
if you think this is hilarious,
This is
you
supposed-
die listening to anything
We're
else.
just talking some facts here. You
This is actual facts we're talking about here. Not even humor.
You camped on your tampon. How much?
You camped on a tampon. You camped on a tampon. You camped on a
Oh,
tampon.
spit.
Your arm got all wet.
Oh, I think my
It's
drink got wet
because
too.
that's all.
I know I said I'd be quiet, but I couldn't be quiet through that.
No.
We couldn't tell.
What? Really?
You weren't quiet?
No.
Oh, jeez. And I thought you were totally quiet through that whole thing.
We were just wondering where the sound of tampon came from.
I thought your dog said it.
You set up for that.
Cornflakes.
You said camp on a tampon. Who's that? Who's going to laugh on camp on a tampon?
Yeah, what was I expecting? I agree. I'm an idiot.
Who says that?
Camp on.
Not I. Not I. Yes, you get the compendium, the campaign, the campaign add-ons, and that's delivered. I think they're going to be digital ones, and also the dice, of course, which is great. The D8s, which I'm sure we don't have enough D8s between us to make enough. And you also get the 4 complete faction sets with all the models you need, including the Enforcers, who are set to exterminate the plague themselves, the outbreak infecting a planet, creating the dead zone of the name. The Orcs, which are their marauders, I think they changed the name, working for the highest bidder, while killing and having fun, are like mercenaries. And the Rebs, who using the containment protocol to steal unguarded vital resources, medical equipment, and weapons. And they're in rebellion, aka the name, against the corporation, which is the Enforcers.
I think AK the name doesn't make sense. You should have said thus the name.
Thus the name, for which part? Dead Zone?
Shameful.
Anyways,
You're off your game. Someone's throwing you off your game.
Yeah, you think? And you also get heroes, mercenaries, and characters. There's a lot of mercenaries, which is kind of cool. You can go to any faction. And you get the Nexus Psi campaign pack, which is like all the scenarios for the game. And the scenario that comes with it, or you can build the buildings there. It comes with clips. Each thing comes with clips to put them together. And they're supposedly hard-wearing, highly detailed, full-color, printed, non-slide 2x2 gaming mat. So it is 2 feet by 2 feet. We're figuring that out.
Oh, and you're going to hate how many times you say, during your
Did I say a lot?
Yeah, you're saying, a lot.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Ugh. And barricades, barrels, and other things, which are kind of cool, along with the terrain. And, of course, also you get, with the Kickstarter, you get a series of collectible postcards.
Everyone wants a postcard.
It has all the Dead Zone art all over it. A signed lithograph, and a number of unique sculpts, which will only be available during the Kickstarter. Which is cool.
Lithography is one of her things. You know, some people will go and watch clowns at a circus. Her lithography.
It creates that humor.
Yeah, she laughs and laughs and laughs.
Awesome. And you also get a free sprue of plastic zombies just for kicks. And because what Kickstarter would be complete without those? They say.
Zombies, not the
No, not plague. They're actual zombies.
just zombies.
Random zombies. Yeah.
just thrown in from their other
They'd be part of the plague, I assume.
Just random zombies from one of their other
Yeah,
endeavors.
I
just
assume.
tossed in
Yeah,
there.
they're
Okay.
just like they just give you a sprue just for kicks.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Is that going to be included in what you purchased?
Yep. You get the zombies. That's with it came with it. So I get zombies. Yeah. In the end, this Dead Zone Kickstarter raised over $1 million. So it's no small potatoes here. $1 million.
No, that's a lot of people
Yeah.
expecting a lot in return. How long do you think it's going to take for all of that to be built, made, designed, mailed, sent, reaching the greasy fingers of the populace?
The unwashed masses.
Yes.
Dead Zone, sorry, the Dreadball. That was right, the first Dread part. The Dreadball Kickstarter.
How much you been drinking?
Too much,
tonight?
obviously.
The Dreadball Kickstarter was last year. I'm not sure when it was, but they gave you a date and they were delivered on a date, and I think it was even higher end result, or close to being the same as end result. So they were hitting their deadlines.
So they said this is the date you're going to receive if you participate in this Kickstarter. And now for this Kickstarter, they've given a date which is
December 20th, I think. But that's the thing. They're not too optimistic. They're not like saying it'll come out in October and then it'll end up. They give you, what at the time it was, I think 8 months to finish. So they've done it before. They know how long it takes them to get this done.
not their first rodeo.
Yeah,
right?
it's not their first rodeo. I think this is their either second or third. I think it might be even their third Kickstarter. And so they've done it before, and they've already delivered. So, and they also it's staggered. You don't get everything at once. It's staggered. You get the 4 factions. You get the basic stuff at first, and then in March, I think next year is when you get the zombies and the other things you ordered. The extra add-ons. You get the basic game in December, and then other stuff come March. So they're staggered it a bit.
Okay,
But they obviously they're a quite large company now, and they're used to creating miniatures. So because that's 90% of it's the miniatures, right? I don't think the game and the game board is going to be something that delays them. It'll be the actual production of the miniatures. I think.
Well, good stuff. Obviously,
We'll see. We'll see on December 20th if I have my greasy, unwashed fingers touching these miniatures.
just in time for Christmas.
That's what they say.
Your Xmas miracle.
What you hit me for? Why you hit me? Is it? Really? Christmas, baby? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that didn't break stride at all.
I was quiet about it.
We're gonna lose those 20-something listeners we have. They're
Gone. All of them.
Oh, that's another.
I'll start my own podcast tomorrow. I'm gonna have 22 listeners. All yours plus 2 more. I think I'm better. Recording that or reading that? Does that come from what you said? Or what you should be saying?
when we say it,
Do you-
gets
you-
written up there.
Yeah, when we say it prints it out.
There's programs that do that, so don't
I know,
have to
it's
do
called
it.
Dragon.
Speak, and
Yep.
we're using it. So we're gonna send one to Mike.
I wish it didn't work. It doesn't work that well.
No.
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe
I
now.
screwed up your
It's been a while.
dreadball. And underline that you're a fucktard.
Well, it's dreadball's not a real word.
I know, that's why I said
Right.
you're a fucktard.
And Kickstarter for some reason. Well, I guess it's brand new.
Actually, his dreadball is after the hernia.
I had a dreadball.
Yeah, quite the dreadball.
Never had a hernia, amazingly.
You do heavy lifting?
Yep.
Fast chicks.
Ooh!
Named Georgia.
That's the funniest goddamn thing I've ever heard in my freaking life. Because I keep trying to be quiet, but it doesn't work.
Doesn't work. You're laughy.
Never noticed.
You should listen.
This
to
has been seamless.
You should listen. You should watch a movie with us when we record that.
Yeah, actually,
Apparently I should.
it might be fun. So that was a general overview of the Dead Zone Kickstarter. Oh, just let us finish it. Then you can be as loud and annoying as you want.
I was quiet through the whole last fucking one. You two fucked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the dog sucking your toes.
Well, you click away at your phone. None of that never happened. But
Okay, start over. Start over.
okay.
I won't say or do anything. I won't play. I won't lick. I won't snort.
So that was a general overview of the Dead Zone Kickstarter. Do you have any questions, Jack? Anything that comes to mind?
No, I think that was a good, strong showing. A good general overview of how we're going to conduct ourselves in the next couple podcasts and really promote this game. So yeah, well, we wrap this up and get what we're getting's good.
Yep, the next few months we'll cover all the different factions, and we'll go over everything. We'll show you more miniatures and see get your POV on each one. And yeah, it's been fun. Hope to see everybody next month.
Yeah, the longer you talk, you're just playing with fire. So with that, I'm signing off. My name is Jack.
My name's Rob. This was the Dead Zone Podcast. Wintergreen, play us out. Excellent. Slappy. Licky. Oh well.
Well, there you have it. A total train wreck of a podcast. What have we learned? Don't drink and podcast. At least not on the serious ones. We're sorry. See you next time.
I like Lamp. You know what else I like?
I'm thinking that there's got some sort of copyright on just saying I like Lamp.
I like scatological porn.
Oh,
That escalated quickly.
that escalated quickly 100% of the time.
VinlandOldTimeRadio.podbean.com. Ripping off Anchorman whenever we can.
Ooh, that rhymes. Trademark.